Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. And when last we left off, George and Nico were on a train, headed off to stop the Templars in their scheme. But first, we must look around in this carriage, and then probably go and explore the train in general. Who knows what might happen while we're here?
She was as beautiful as ever, but the shadows beneath her eyes marked the strain of the last few days.
If there's one thing that protagonists of point-and-click adventure games don't get to do that often while they're in a game, it's sleep. And it's clear here that it's been a very long and stressful time for both of them.
The old lady reminded me of my grandmother, except, of course, that this old lady was still alive.
Well, let's have a conversation with her, shall we?
Pardon me?
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
That voice seems remarkably familiar. Can't put my finger on why.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
That's a very cryptic thing to say about a clown's nose.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah,
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place, but we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie-woogie are more your cup of tea.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more than a good boogie.
I'm not sure that at the time of the making of this game, boogie-woogie was the applicable term for going out dancing. But then again, I can quite confidently say that I am no expert on boogie-woogie. I might be wrong.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is, and I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Well, that's not quite why they're going.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
That's oddly on key for what George and Nico are investigating.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
And I think that's all we can talk about. So, I imagine we're now going to go and explore the actual train. Let's go!
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak.
And here comes the ticket collector.
L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
There we go. One there.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
There we go. You've got tickets. Excellent.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
And off he goes.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Maybe you do recognize him, George. Maybe you don't. Let's go. And look around.
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
And off we go. I'm sure we'll find lots of interesting things. I imagine it's not going to be this way. Let's go this way instead. Ah, there's someone we can talk to in here. Let's go have a conversation. Hello, how are you?
The man's face was blotched and unshaven. I guess he'd been traveling all night. Red-rimmed eyes stared fish-like above his broken nose.
And what about this person?
All I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye. It was a strange contrast with his flaming red hair, which stuck out in stiff, greasy tufts.
I imagine we can't have a conversation with him.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him.
Well, there's only one person awake. Let's have a conversation with him, shall we?
Hi, having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
I think it might be the fact that you've had a little too much to drink.
Would you like a red nose?
No thanks, pal, I got one of my own.
Well, let's talk about this.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you.
Well, there's not much to talk about right now, but I'm sure we'll be back.
See you later.
And indeed, we probably will. Let's go. We will be back to talk to you. There's no one in there. There's no point going into that place. So we'll go into the next carriage. And these are sleeper compartments?
It was the door to a sleeping compartment.
And I bet they're all locked.
The door was locked.
No surprise there. Move on.
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
Oh, that's not good.
Guido looked like a weasel in a cheap suit. He also looked like the kind of man who wouldn't lose much sleep over murder.
Well, let's go the other way very quickly. He is looking at us every time he turns our way. And let's see if we can go warn Nico. Oh, that's not good. Where are they? That's bad.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
Oh dear. Well, I have a theory as to where they've gone. It's the only place we can actually go. Because they wouldn't have gone this way or we'd have noticed them. It has to be this way.
I had a feeling that was where Nico might have been taken. Where else could she be?
I bet it's locked.
The door was locked.
No shock there. Let's go and see if we can get some help, shall we? Maybe he can distract Guido? Maybe.
Hey, buddy.
Let's have a conversation.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Away, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own, always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Well, let's have a conversation about the person that's blocking our way in the other direction.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basher here. We are veterans, like. Slow action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Well, thank you.
See you later.
Well, there's no way we can go left, and there's no way we can go right. Oh! We can open the window.
The windows seem to have been sprayed with tiny flecks of froth.
Are we going to do what I think we're going to do? Why is it in point-and-click adventure games, when they give you a train, at some point you're going to be on top of that train?
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Indeed, we're going to go up.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Thank you. You're being very helpful. Let's go. Oh, that was helpful. We're up. And I see a way to die immediately. It's called this.
It was the arm that fed electricity from the overhead cables to the train. I could almost smell the high tension of current.
Let's not go that way. Let's instead go this way. Over into the next carriage. Here we go. A little bit, there we go. That should do it. I had to click there rather than on the other side. There's a way in here. And I'm going to have to expect action as soon as I go in.
It was a sliding door on the side of the baggage car.
Interesting that when that happens, his actual model remains completely still. We'll have to be observant as soon as we get in here, I think. Okay, think fast. There's him there with a gun. There is this here.
I always wanted to stop the train, and now was my chance.
I think we'd have died if we hadn't done that.
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Demolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
That is not good. Hey, would you like to see this red nose?
Maybe not.
Yeah, probably not. Let's talk about our encounter at the Bull's Head, shall we? Let's.
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner.
That's quite helpful.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Yes, he is dead.
The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way.
Does he have anything we could use? What about him?
Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out.
No, is there anything he's got that could be useful?
Underneath that heap of tumbled...
No, either way, if you left-click or right-click, it brings the same thing up.
It was the signaling device which alerted the driver to make an emergency stop.
Well, here is Nico.
Nico looked good, even in robes.
We also have this fire extinguisher.
It was a fire extinguisher.
This place is set up so that there are multiple things that you can use to potentially deal with Eklund here. But the one that's the most useful is the one that's closest, because if you tried to move too much, I imagine you'd die.
I couldn't think of a single way the extinguisher would be of use in the absence of a fire.
What about the axe?
The head of the axe glinted invitingly. I could hack Eklund into tiny pieces and feed him to the wolves.
That's a terrible idea.
Don't even think about it, Josh.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was going to use it on you.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Nico looked good, even in robes.
How are we going to undo the, We could do this.
The rear exit was barred and padlocked.
Okay, that's not gonna help.
The rear exit...
I'm trying to, get the, it open by, left-clicking here.
Nico looked good, even in robes.
Is there something I'm missing? Is there a... No, it wouldn't seem so. There is not a use icon here that would help. We could use this.
I'd already used the brake to bring the train to a halt.
Yeah, that's not gonna help. What else do we have here? Nothing else in particular, but if you give me one moment, I'll figure out how to actually undo the ropes. The game seems to be a little bit cryptic at this point, or more likely, I just haven't figured out how to do it. So, one moment. I've figured out how to get Nico's ropes untied, and that's to try and leave. Seems a bit odd to do it that way, but hey, if it works, it works.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about you.
Untie me this instant, Josh Stobart.
I will, when I'm ready.
That's not fair, Josh.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
Josh?
Uh-huh.
Josh, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
Well, let's go. Seems like a good plan. Off we go! This is a long walk. I think we're there, though. We are there. Yep. This looks like it.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
Me too. I rather hope it did as well. So, Khan is dead, and we've overcome, Eklund, and I'm pretty sure that, Flap, the associate of Guido, died in the scuffle with, Khan. So, when we come back, we have to go into this church.
It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history.
Oh, yes it has. And when we come back, folks, hopefully we'll be able to deal with the Templars, the Neo-Templars, once and for all. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.